My 24-hour recall. Day 1. Breakfast, 9 a.m. 2 slices of whole grain toast, 1 tablespoon almond butter, 1 hard-boiled egg, 1 cup of orange juice, and 20 ounces of water. The toast was lightly toasted at home. The hard-boiled egg was boiled for 15 minutes. All items were prepared at home and consumed at home. At 1 p.m., lunch was 1 cup of tuna with 1/2 cup of tomatoes and 1/2 cup of cucumbers, along with 1 cup of spinach, tossed together like a salad with lime and olive oil, salt and pepper. 1 banana was served with lunch and 20 ounces of water. All items were prepared at home and packed in a lunch pail for work, and they were consumed at 1 p.m. At 4 p.m., a mid-afternoon snack of 1 apple, 1 Gala apple, 1/2 cup of cranberry juice, which was diet, and that was consumed at 4 p.m. Prepared at home and consumed in the car on the way home. 6 p.m. was dinner time, and that was 1 cup of steamed salmon, 1/2 cup of brown rice, and 1 cup of steamed broccoli. That was prepared at home, steamed both the brown rice and the salmon and broccoli were all steamed at home and seasoned with sea salt and pepper. Day 2. Breakfast was served at 8:30, and that included 1 cup of oatmeal with cran raisins. That was 1 small box of cran raisins, 1 cup of fresh grapefruit, peeled and diced at home, and 30 ounces of water. All items were prepared at home and consumed at home. 12:30 was lunchtime, and that was 1 cup of boiled chicken shredded in 1.5 cups of leafy green lettuce and served with lime and olive oil, salt and pepper. That included 1 cup of diced apples and 20 ounces of water. The meal was prepared at home and packed for lunch, consumed at work. At 2 p.m. was an afternoon snack, which was a 1/2 cup of diced cucumbers and a 1/2 cup of strawberry in an fresh orange dressing with 1 cup of orange juice and 20 ounces of water. That was prepared at home and packed, consumed at work. 7 p.m., dinner consisted of a 6-ounce ribeye steak, which was grilled on the barbecue seasoned with salt and pepper, 1/2 cup wild rice, 1/2 cup corn and carrots diced, and 1 cup of blueberries. All items prepared at home. Wild rice was steamed. Corn and carrots were also steamed. Blueberries were served fresh, and the ribeye steak was grilled on a barbecue. My client's list of forgotten foods was day 1, 1 2.875 ounce bag of Lay's brand potato chips, which she bought at a vending machine at work and consumed them at approximately 11:30 in the morning on day 1. On day 1, my client also ate a handful of approximately 16 wheat thins at 2 p.m. And she also had on our forgotten food list at 9 p.m. 2 Oreo cookies that she ate before bed from her home pantry. On day 2, my client's list of forgotten foods included an 11 a.m. snack, which was 1 chocolate-filled croissant from the bakery across from work, And she also had a 9 p.m. snack that consisted of one fudge bar from her freezer at home. My observations were that when my client is watching TV, she associates watching television with eating, which is why she's consuming salty or sugary snacks late at night. And this is a trend that we have associated with her eating salty, sugary snacks in the evening. At work, my client also stress eats. She has noticed when she has a very stressful, busy morning, she looks for snacks in the vending machine or the bakery across the street. So that is also another trend. She stress eats. She is a 62-year-old woman who is 5 feet 7 inches, weighs 195 pounds. My client's goal weight is 140 pounds. She is female, and her birthday is May 6th, 1959. Her daily activity is limited to walking at work and supervising her plant's activity. She walks approximately 9,000 steps per day, according to her smartwatch. On weekends, she walks her dogs for approximately 1/2 mile at the park. It is a brisk walk, but her dogs are very small, so more than 1/2 mile is difficult for them to achieve. She does this on Friday evening, Saturday, and Sunday. Her goal is to lose 40 pounds. She would like to lose approximately 1 pound per week. My observation is that my patient has an acceptable diet, with the exception of fruit juices, which are high in sugar, as well as her forgotten food list, which consists of junk food high in fat, in sugar, and in sodium. And they are nutrient deficient. And I believe that my client's diet is nutrient dense. For the most part, her diet is acceptable. She is watching her sugar intake as well as her calories. My guess is that my client consumes approximately 1,500 to 2,000 calories each day. The only reason I think she consumes this amount of calories is because of her forgotten food list, which is high in saturated fat, sugars, and sodium. Her diet would be a lot healthier and more nutritious if she avoided these unhealthy snacks. And in part 4, my fitness app, the MyFitnessPal, added all of her meals, and on day 1 she consumed 1,523 calories. Day 1. On day 2 she consumed 1,800 calories. I was surprised with the results from MyFitnessPal. I thought her calorie intake would be much higher, and it was not. It was less nutrient dense than I expected. And yes, my client did meet goals for water intake and protein in her diet. My client was under on calories by more than 400 calories, which was very surprising to me, that although she did eat junk food and non-nutritious foods, she was still under her calorie intake. She consumed 52 grams of fat and 80 grams of sugar. Her sugar was over by 44 grams of what is recommended for a woman her age. And her sodium levels was an average of 1,490 milligrams. And her sugar and fat was over by 4 grams of sugar and 4 grams of fat. So she needs to improve her diet by eliminating high sugar, fat, and sodium, snacks, and food. My recommendations are that my client drink more water instead of snacking. When she becomes nervous, if she is able to consume water to distract herself from reaching out for salty or sugary snacks, it would be more beneficial to her. She does drink enough water, but she could always improve on that. Number 2, my recommendation when watching TV is to provide snacks or to serve veggies and fruit in a bowl for herself when she's going to watch TV, so that she's not tempted to eat unhealthy snacks, especially in the evening when watching TV at home. My third recommendation is that my client walk for longer periods of time on the weekend. I recommend that she attempts to walk 2 miles per day on the weekend, and it be a brisk walk. If her dogs are unable to keep up, I suggest that she maybe take them home and go back and finish the 1.5 mile brisk walk by herself. My client's sugar intake for the day was 80 grams according to MyFitnessPal on day 1. Food tracker, her daily intake of sugar should not exceed 44 grams. A recommendation I would like to suggest for this client would be to reduce sugar intake in her daily diet goal. The reason I recommend this is, according to the American Diabetic Association, her sugar intake can cause high blood sugar and could lead to diabetes. My references include Grodner, M. S. Scott, Stump, S. Dorner, 2020, Nutritional Foundations and Clinical Applications, a Nursing Approach, as well as the Diabetic Basics by the CDC, and also by the State of Obesity 2020, Better Policies for a Healthier America, Trust for Americans' Health.